If you do it that way, it's tax-free. By doing an in-service rollover, you open up a tremendous amount of other investment opportunities that allow you to make more defined choices as they relate to your investment and retirement goals. Number 4, you can roll over after-tax money into a Roth directly from a 401k. That can be a great step to providing yourself tax-free growth and tax-free income that's not subject to required minimum distribution. And another reason you might want to roll it over is to begin to reduce risk and shifting your strategy from growth to income. Why? Because generally the investment options inside of a 401k are limited. Outside of a 401k, you have the entire universe of investment options at your fingertips. To end it there, but if you have questions, give us a call, 844-308-4861.
That's all the time we have for today. Thanks for listening. For more information about today's program or to schedule an appointment, call 844-308-4861. That's 844-308-4861. Or visit us online at fellowshipfinancial.com.
Advisory services offered through Fellowship Investment Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Fellowship Financial and Fellowship Investment Advisors, LLC, are affiliated entities. The opinions expressed on this radio show are based upon information considered reliable, although it should not be relied upon as such. Any statements or opinions are subject to change without notice. Information presented is for educational purposes only. Moreover, no listener should assume any discussions or information presented serves as the receipt of or a substitute for personalized advice or from any other investment professional and is not intended as an offer of solicitation for the sale or purchase of any specific securities, investments, or investment strategies. No portion of this radio presentation should be interpreted as legal, accounting, or tax advice. Information expressed does not take into account your specific situation or objectives and is not intended as recommendations appropriate for any individual. Listeners are encouraged to seek advice from a qualified tax, legal, or investment advisor to determine whether any information presented may be suitable for their specific situation.
AM 660, The Answer, WORL, Altamont Springs, Orlando. And 105.5 W280 CJOVL. AM 660, The Answer, the service of Salem Media Group.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm Keith Peters. One of the iconic buildings of Western civilization is on fire in Paris this evening. The Cathedral of Notre Dame, one of the centerpieces of Parisian life, is ablaze, toppling its spire and spreading to one of the church's landmark rectangular towers.
Shock, sadness, and heartbreak are almost a universal reaction from around the world at the swift blaze which has consumed much of the iconic Gothic cathedral. Flames and black smoke were seen shooting from the base of the medieval church's spire Monday afternoon when the fire was reported shortly after 6 p.m. Paris time, minutes after it had closed to the public. There have been no reports of injury. France's President Macron is reported on site. George Manzani reporting.
The 12th century cathedral is home to incalculable works of art and is one of the world's most famous tourist attractions. The cause of the blaze was not known, but French media quoted the Paris Fire Brigade as saying the fire is potentially linked to a $6.8 million renovation project on the church's spire and its 250 tons of lead. Prosecutors have opened an investigation into the fire. President Trump is suggesting that he's moving forward with a plan to ship migrants to so-called sanctuary cities.
The president on Friday caught the Homeland Security Department off guard by saying he was strongly considering sending migrants to sanctuary cities, mostly Democratic strongholds.
They say we have open arms. They're always saying they have open arms. Let's see if they have open arms.
Today, he's suggesting the threat's taking effect, even though it's unclear whether the plan's even feasible or whether the administration's taken steps to implement it. Democrats are asking the White House and agency officials for internal documents about the proposal, saying it's shocking that the administration's even considering it. Sagar Meghani, Washington.
On Wall Street, the Dow down by 27 points, the Nasdaq dropping 8, the S&P lower by 1, oil dropping 49 cents to $63.40 a barrel. More on these stories at townhall.com.
News and the latest Answer Traffic now.
Here's your latest Answer News update. Orange County Fire Rescue is making the news. It's outside the usual emergency response circles, though. CBS is doing a TV special about emergency personnel doing lip sync routines, and voting's going on right now on CBS's site for who gets featured. Orange County Fire Rescue is one of the finalists. Crash last night and a body found this morning. A motorcyclist crashed into a wall near Eagle Creek Road around 11 o'clock on Sunday night. Cops didn't get to his body, though, until 6:30 this morning after some construction workers found it. Police say he wasn't wearing a helmet and no word yet if alcohol was involved. Dennis Prager is coming to town. You can see him live and in person over at the Holy Land Experience. For more information about your tickets, go to theanswerorlando.com. Mostly clear skies, staying dry. Low 70s by 8 tonight. Your answer for the latest local news and traffic. I'm Dave Dorica.
With an outdated website and poor Google rankings, your competition is getting your potential customers. You need a marketing company who treats you like family. At JJC Marketing Solutions, we provide state-of-the-art websites, search engine optimization, and social media campaigns that work. Call me, Matt Buff, at 321-765-7710 and mention this ad to get your first month free. At JJC Marketing Solutions, we will make your website awesome again. We will make your social media work again. And yes, we will make your online marketing great again. Visit jjcmarketingsolutions.com or call 321-765-7710 today.
Stuck in traffic? We've got the answer.
Answer Traffic brought to you by Mackey Wellness Center. Discover a whole new you, 877-344-7737 or online at makiwellnesscenter.com. I-4 slow both ways around 192 eastbound I-4 slow Sand Lake to 436 westbound I-4 slow Lake Mary to 436 with a crash before there. Also slow part of Kirkman. 434 near 414, we've got a crash. Turnpike slow southbound Beach Line to 192. That's your latest Answer Traffic. I'm Dave Dorica.
FM 105.5, AM 660, The Answer. AccuWeather forecast.
We'll have clear skies this evening with a low of 56, then a nice day tomorrow with plenty of sunshine and a high of 84. Mainly clear skies tomorrow night, low 62. Then Wednesday will be mostly sunny and seasonably warm with a high of 85. Look for showers or thunderstorms in spots Thursday afternoon. I'm Holly Holdren, FM 105.5 and AM 660, The Answer.
Ladies and gentlemen, step right up. January 20th, 2017 will be remembered as the day the people became the rulers of this nation again. We assembled here today are issuing a new decree to be heard in every city, in every foreign capital, and in every hall of power. From this day forward, a new vision will govern our land. From this day forward, it's going to be only America first. We do not seek to impose our way of life on anyone, but rather to let it shine as an example. We will shine for everyone to follow. There should be no fear. We are protected, and we will always be protected. We will be protected by the great men and women of our military and law enforcement. And most importantly, we will be protected by God. We stand at the birth of a new millennium, ready to unlock the mysteries of space, to free the earth from the miseries of disease, and to harness the energies, industries, and technologies of tomorrow. A new national pride will stir our souls, lift our sights, and heal our divisions. Your voice, your hopes, and your dreams will define our American destiny. Together, we will make America strong again. We will make America wealthy again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. And yes, together, we will make America great again. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless America.
Let's go see the elephant. When I'm a road runner, I'm a road runner, honey, and you can't keep up with me.
All right, welcome to the American Adversaries Radio Show, ladies and gentlemen, on a sad day. That's right. Well, for several reasons. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. You are listening to us as we coming to you live from the Relax and Comfort Studios, kicking off another week. And once again, we're here on FM 105.5 and AM 660, The Answer. The Titan Cave Cam is up and running. And that is, of course, our YouTube channel is where you can find us. That's American Adversaries on YouTube. Please subscribe to us when you go there. And also you can access that via our Facebook page, American Adversaries on Facebook, which is on fire. I'm sorry. I should not have said that. Our Facebook page is really doing well. And you'll see if you go to our Facebook page and access our YouTube channel, that I'm in the studio by myself right now. Notre Dennis will be joining us shortly. Jeff Sinnis is on the bridge. I am the philosopher, political mad scientist, Christopher Hart. 407-774-8255 is the number. And feel free to give us a call if you have comments or questions. And, of course, we're here live until 7 o'clock. And you can also access us via your Alexa devices, always on our website, AmericanAdversaries.com or theanswerorlando.com, station website. And, of course, you can still download, if you haven't already, the free Answer Orlando app into your smart device. If you don't know how, Jeff can walk you through it. And that way, no matter what is going on, you can take us with you. The Rays are off tonight, but if the Rays were playing and perhaps we had been preempted, you would be able to hear us on your smart device or all those other things except for the airwaves. And speaking of the Rays, what a season they are off to. But in terms of percentage, they are the best team in the major leagues right now. I think another team has won one more game, but in terms of the percentages, they're the best in the majors right now. And we'll get to that other stuff here in just a minute. Let me kind of update you. Abe Katzman will not be able to join us tonight. We'll look forward to either having him Wednesday, or if not, then we'll get him, of course, back next week. Also, John Barrows is normally with us on Mondays, and bless him, he is in the hospital. And so I want you to pray for John. He is on the mend, and he seems to be out of harm's way, but he is going to have to mend. And I don't like to divulge people's medical things unless, they do it. So when he comes back, I'll let him tell you what he wants to tell you. But he is in Florida hospital tonight. So please be praying for John Barrows. And he, of course, is going to be sorely missed downtown there on Lucerne Terrace. And and he's missed here very much. Love John, and he's a brother. And so please hold our brother in your prayers tonight. As I said, he is on the mend, but never like to go to the hospital for anything, really, right? Okay, so that with the table being set, this is Holy Week, and holy cow, Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris there is burning still, evidently, as we speak. Firefighters seem to think they can save the stone portions of it. The problem is the heat of the blaze can cause cracks and other things in even stone structures, and the stability of it will be highly questionable, of course. When they do get this thing put out, then the inspectors and engineers can go in there and determine what can be saved. This is a heartbreaking event. Is an iconic structure, one of the most identifiable buildings in the world, including as old as it is. And it was evidently under another major renovation. The cause, of course, is yet to be determined. Speculation is it might have had something to do with the renovations. I guess that's as good a guess as any, but that's just still a guess. Fortunately, it does not appear as though anyone was killed. or missing in the fire. That is always good. Buildings can be rebuilt, even very old ones. People who are killed, unfortunately, that's permanent. So evidently that is a saving grace of this event. But once and again, it is a heartbreaking, sad event should be for people the world over, because these types of artifacts and buildings that go back and remind us of our history are crucial to understanding how we go into the future. And let's hope that it was not a criminal or terrorist act, at least, that if it did have to happen, that it was more of a, shall we say, a naturally caused event. But nonetheless, it is still a big loss, terrible loss, obviously, to Paris. And hopefully they can save enough of the structure that it can be rebuilt with as much, character. The original. The problem with this, of course, is you cannot replace what was the original stuff there. Evidently, they did get the artifacts and things out. I don't know if that had happened because of the renovation, or perhaps they were able to get them out before the fire spread. I would imagine that a lot of this stuff, and it appeared to be a major renovation, just by the scaffolding that appeared to be around the building, that they probably would have removed the more delicate, fragile, and valuable, and of course sacred items before this even occurred. Nonetheless, it is a sad event. And if anything changes throughout the show, we will certainly update you. And then, of course, we'll give you an update in the next hour. And, of course, for Catholics all around the world, this has got to be heartbreaking. And Nostradamus is a Catholic, and he will be here shortly, so we'll get his thoughts on this as well. Okay, and as I said, if you have thoughts on it, feel free to call. 407-774-8255 is the number. And this yesterday had turned, into such a great day with the Tiger Woods victory at the Masters, a record-setting day for him, record-setting tournament, as they call it up there, for the whole field throughout the week. The number of the scoring and the tying and the major champions playing and the final groupings at the end there, it just really was a fabulous event. There, of course, there is no course like the Masters there, with all the brick and stone walls and the bridges and everything. I mean, of course, you got Pebble Beach with the ocean and everything, but I mean, an inland course, you just cannot match the course there at Augusta. And it was quite an event. And as we mentioned on the show last night, the president had played golf with both Jack Nicklaus and Tiger Woods just a couple of months ago. I believe it was in February. And he tweeted out a picture of them afterwards, and there was Jack Nicklaus standing there, a pair of shorts. Tip to Jack Nicklaus, said, "Don't wear shorts." It's not very flattering. But the three of them had played golf, and the president tweeted out that Tiger was back. And I guess he got it right, didn't he? Again. And he is going to award Tiger Woods with the Medal of Freedom. And certainly for us older guys, and certainly I know Tiger's not officially an old guy yet. He is kind of over the hill, though. He's 43, I think. But for us older guys, kind of like to see teach the young whippersnappers a thing or two ever so often. So the week had appeared as though it was going to start out on a really positive note. And then this afternoon, this terrible fire there in Paris at the Notre Dame Cathedral. And of course, this being Holy Week, and it was Palm Sunday yesterday, Good Friday this Friday, and then Resurrection Day this Sunday. This is, of course, going to be a very, shall we say, special or memorable Holy Week, no doubt, because of the tragedy there in Paris. It is also today tax day, of course. The deadline that was not extended today, unless you lived in Massachusetts and one other state. I forget what it is up there in the Northeast where they have holidays. Today, of course, the Boston Marathon, 6 years after the terrorist attack there. But the tax deadline today, of course, now I think if you still haven't done it, it may be too late to get to a tax preparer. But I think you still have until midnight to get to the post office down there at the airport. Other post offices in the area no longer stay open late on tax deadline day. But I do believe the post office down there at the airport stays open till midnight every day, if I'm not mistaken, unless they have changed that. It's been a while since I've been down there. Nonetheless, tax deadline day, there are a lot of misconceptions about people's taxes. What are they paying? Did they actually get a tax break? Where's their refund? And all of this stuff. And it turns out people did get refunds. The average refund, however, was down 1.1%. And people did pay less in taxes, although they don't seem to think that they did. And this is a sad state of affairs because it just goes to demonstrate, and we were talking about this a little bit last night on the show, that so very few people really understand paying taxes and how it is done and what it's really costing you. And most people obviously can't fill out their own tax returns because they're so complicated, or at least they appear to be, and people don't even want to give it a try, and maybe most people probably shouldn't. But that, of course, makes big business for people who do know what they're doing. And it is a sad situation that that is the case. Of course, this would be a big argument for the fair tax or even for a strict flat tax. But those things are right now dreams. And I know that there are very logical arguments for the fair tax in particular. But, you're talking about it. It's not a matter of shall we say, an efficient way to collect and distribute revenue for the government. It's all about power. And what the fair tax would do would be take a whole lot of power out of the hands of Congress. And I don't think any of us believe that they're inclined, any of them, to do that anytime soon. So we are stuck with the reality that we do have. And if you manage to file an extension, or if you still haven't, you have until midnight to file an extension, of course, and you can do that online. If you need to make a payment, they'll take your money online there too. And then if you need to file in your taxes or preparing for next year, call Larry Herring. Don't get yourself stuck again. And if you're still sort of wondering, did things, if you had somebody else do your taxes, did you really get the right deal? Take them over to Larry. He'll take a look at them. Larry Herring, 407-647-7770. All right, we're going to take a break. We come back. The news has broken. We now know when the report will come out. We still don't know what all is in it, or maybe we do, but we'll find out for sure. I'll tell you when we come back with more of the American Adversaries Radio Show.
FM 105.5 and AM 660. The Answer.
Dennis Prager here. I'm coming to Orlando on May 6th with 105.5 FM and AM 660 The Answer to release my book that day, The Rational Bible Genesis. Get your tickets today at 660theanswer.com.
Folks, please help me welcome Jeff Bonning and Images Auto Spa to our stable of sponsors. Some of the largest purchases we make are the vehicles we drive. It makes sense to protect them. That's where Images Auto Spa can help you, whether you're the driver on the go or the do-it-yourselfer. They utilize state-of-the-art auto care products and techniques coupled with years of experience to deliver you the best possible results for the interior and exterior of your vehicle or boat. You'll find them at 4707 East Colonial Drive or on 434 just north of 436. Visit imagesautospa.com. Mention the American Adversaries to get 15% off. imagesautospa.com.
Hey, Central Florida, Dave Ramsey here. When you need advice on your taxes and want to work with someone who has the heart of a teacher, you need to see Larry Herring, CPA. He's one of our tax-endorsed local providers, and he's ready to talk with you about all your income tax needs. Larry Herring will help you manage your taxes just like any other expense. Take it from me, Larry is your guy. 407-647-7777 or at herringcpa.com.
Nearly everyone loves Italian food, but those people who love true, authentic Italian go to Cafe Positano. It's because owner and chef Pasquale Barba offers home-cooked food from his hometown, Positano, Italy. He is Italian. Local fresh items are combined with rare ingredients imported only from Italy, along with generations-old family recipes. Whether it's pizza or those delicious daily specials, taste for yourself at Cafe Positano, 4 miles west of I-4 on 436. 407-774-8080. The most authentic Italian food in Central Florida.
Stuck in traffic? We've got the answer.
Answer traffic. I-4 slow both ways around 192 eastbound I-4 slow from Sand Lake to 436. Also slow coming out from Lake Mary. Westbound I-4 slow from Lake Mary to 436 with a crash before there. Also slow from Par to Kirkman. Got a crash Silver Star at Powers and 434 near 414. 429 slow northbound coming out from the Turnpike. Turnpike slow southbound from Beachline to 192. That's your latest answer traffic. I'm Dave Dorica.
Aw, freak out! You freak, say she, freak out! Aw, freak out! You freak, say she, freak out!
All right, welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, you got the American Adversaries, at least the American Adversary right now here live. And 407-774-8255 is the number. They are freaking out in Washington, D.C. because of what Attorney General Barr has already said and issued in letters and such. And now they're going to be freaking out some more on Thursday morning. That's when the report is due out, and you will be able to get these. Presume the government printing office will be making them available. We will find out. Of course, we will post links on our website and our Facebook page so that you can access the report via our social media. And it will, I think they said it's about 400 pages, and I presume you'll get the whole report, all 400 pages, but of course a lot of it is going to be redacted and you won't be able to actually read portions of pages, maybe some whole pages, because we'll be talking about things like grand jury testimony, which has to be redacted, as well as what they call sources and methods and certain names. So Thursday morning is the day. And this will be, of course, right before the holiday weekend. And don't know if there was any coincidence there, perhaps divine intervention. But certainly Barr promised to get it out as soon as he could. And this is as soon as they can, evidently. And he's having, as we've told you before, Herr Mueller himself and Rod Rosenstein do the redactions and make the other, so we say, not changes to the report, but make sure that none of the things that aren't supposed to get out don't get out. But the report will be out Thursday morning, and of course, we will be here Thursday night to talk about it. Now, I don't know what McBath has got in mind yet for contest Thursday this week, but maybe we can come up with something that has to do with the report. I'll maybe plant a bug in his ear, but his is the mind, the only mind capable of coming up with these ideas like he does on a regular basis. Every now and then, one of us has a brainstorm, but I don't know where he gets it, but he does. But anyway, the report due Thursday morning. So you want to be on the lookout for that, because there might be some dazed and confused liberals wandering around looking like zombies or something by Thursday afternoon. We'll see. Of course, they're going to try to find any and everything in there that is in any way damning or embarrassing to the president and his supporters, and of course these other people that have been caught up in this. But the problem for them is, and once again, there is no collusion, and we've known that all along, as we've been saying all along, as lying, leaking, thieving Jim Boy Comey himself said, there was no collusion as of the day he got fired. They hadn't found any. So all they did with the Mueller investigation was repeat the FBI investigation. We once again talked about this last night. By the way, if you don't catch our Sunday night shows, you can go to our website, AmericanAdversaries.com, and access the archive there. Or now, because we're doing our shows on the YouTube channel, there's an archive there as well. Nonetheless, lying, leaking, thieving Jim Boyd Comey admitted in congressional testimony, presumably telling the truth, that the FBI could not find any evidence of collusion, even though they had all the things that everybody thought was that proof of it, including the now infamous dossier. And so all Mueller could do was basically repeat the same steps that Mueller had done, with the exception of going ahead and indicting the likes of, well, they entrapped General Flynn, and there's no question about the fact that they entrapped him. Then you have Paul Manafort, who got himself in trouble because of prior misdeeds. And then Michael Flynn, who got himself in trouble because of prior and current misdeeds having nothing to do with the president. And so his shall I say, clutching of straws was to try to trash the president enough that they would go easy on him on his prison sentence. And they're still trying to do it. So that once again, there was nothing there. There was never anything there. Now, that doesn't mean that the FBI, as I've said before, in their paranoid state of mind, didn't think when they saw this originally, oh my God, there's got to be something there. And I'm sure that they did. But the problem is they found that there was nothing there, and yet they continued to go at it and go at it and go at it. So Barr, I do believe, is going to, as promised, release as much of the report as he is legally able to do. And after that, I think he is going to say goodbye to Rod Rosenstein, bring in his guy, and then they're going to go to work diagnosing, troubleshooting the problems at the DOJ and the FBI. And along with the Inspector General, I suspect that there's going to be some repercussions, you might say. All right, we got to take another break. When we come back on the other side, we're going to talk about the rift that came out quite plain for the whole world to see last night. We'll tell you about the rift when we come back with more of the American Adversaries. Once again, please send out your prayers for John Barrows tonight. He is in the hospital. He does appear to be on the mend, but nonetheless, we want to get him out. We want to get him back healthy, and we want to do it soon. So please join me in praying for John Barrows and for Catholics world over because of the heartbreak today with the destruction of the Notre Dame Cathedral.
FM 105.5 and AM 660. The Answer.
With SRN News, I'm Keith Peters in Washington. The Paris prosecutor's office says investigators are treating the blaze that destroyed part of Notre Dame as an accident for now. The prosecutor's office said late Monday they have ruled out arson in Monday's fire, including possible terror-related motives for starting the blaze. Prosecutors say Paris police will conduct an investigation into involuntary destruction caused by fire. A French official and the Paris fire chief say they think Notre Dame Cathedral's landmark rectangular towers have been saved from the fire that caused horrific damage. Junior Interior Minister Laurent Nunez said late Monday that authorities remain prudent but are much more optimistic than earlier in the night. Paris Fire Commander Jean-Claude Gaillet said the major accomplishment of hundreds of firefighters was stopping the flames from spreading to the North Tower belfry. On Wall Street, they're down by 27 points. This is SRN News.
News and the latest Answer traffic now.
Here's your latest Answer News update. Gunfight yesterday evening. Cops say it took place near Americana and South Texas. Ongoing investigation so far, though, we've heard it was two people shooting at each other. Stray bullet hit somebody's car, and the person inside of the car wasn't hit by the bullet, but did get some injuries from the window's glass breaking. The townhouse fire in Avalon Park over the weekend happened on Saturday afternoon. Took over half an hour to put the fire out. One guy was taken to the hospital for burns on his arms and his legs. Now 2 households are displaced. Red Cross is helping out. Dennis Prager is coming to town soon, and you can see him live and in person, even a special TV broadcast. For information about your tickets, go to theanswerorlando.com. Mostly clear skies, staying dry, low 70s by 8 tonight. Your answer for the latest local news and traffic. I'm Dave Dorica.
Folks, do you wake up feeling more tired than the night before? Do you toss and turn all night seeking comfort that's not there? Then you need to visit Relax and Comfort. For over 51 years, family-owned and operated Relax and Comfort has helped people sit, sleep, and feel better every day. For instance, with the X10 bed, you and your partner can independently read, sleep, or watch TV in virtually any position you like. At Relax and Comfort, you can also get adjustable number beds and smart pillows that monitor your vital signs as you sleep. They can even tell you how well you're sleeping. Relax and Comfort has a better number bed at a better price. And don't forget to ask about the memory foam mattresses at 50% less than national brands. And if you mention the promo code American Adversaries, you'll get 50% off bamboo bed linen and essential oil pillows all month long. Relax and Comfort has locations in Winter Park, Windermere, Sanford, and the Villages. Visit relaxandcomfort.com or call 321-329-3118. Remember, the quality of your sleep determines the quality of your day. Relaxandcomfort.com, 321-329-3118.
For most Floridians, our home is our biggest investment. If you are shopping for a new home, vacation home, investment property, want to remodel your home, or need to refinance your existing home loan, you need the very best mortgage professionals working for you to make your American dream come true. I'm Mariah Lee with Patriot Home Funding. And regardless of your mortgage needs, Patriot Home Funding has just the right loan for you. All of our loan products offer the lowest possible fixed rates. We don't charge annoying and expensive junk fees, and you get the very best service and care from me and the rest of our experienced all-star team. Contact us today for a quick, easy, and free pre-qualification. You can call us at 877-377-8123 or visit us on the web at myphf.com. At Patriot Home Funding, we finance the American dream.
Patriot Home Funding is a licensed mortgage broker in the state of Florida. NMLS 171699 and is an equal housing lender.
Drivers, check your engines. The driving season is here again. If you drive a Mercedes-Benz or a BMW, stop by Jerry's Mercedes-Benz before you hit the road. Jerry and his team of factory-trained professionals will perform a free safety check on your vehicle so you and your loved ones are better prepared for your trip. Likewise, if you're considering purchasing a pre-owned Mercedes or BMW, drive it by Jerry's MB first. They'll look that vehicle over for you and help you assess its value to you. Jerry's MB is easy to find. They're right off Alafaya Trail, just north of UCF. For the dealership alternative, go to jerrysmb.com or call 407-366-6499.
Stuck in traffic? We've got the answer.
Answer traffic, I-4 slow both ways around 192 eastbound, I-4 slow from Sand Lake to 434, and coming out from Lake Mary westbound, I-4 slow Lake Mary to 436 with a crash before there. Also Colonial to Kirkman going slow. Silver Star at Powers, we've got a crash 429 slow both ways coming out from the Turnpike slow southbound Beachline to 192. That's your latest answer traffic. I'm Dave Dorica.
Back from the dressing room to re-stretch their tights. Here are the champions of political professional wrestling, the American Adversaries.
Okay, we're back. We're live, ladies and gentlemen. At least I am right here by myself right now. Nostra Dennis will be joining me here momentarily in the Relax and Comfort Studios. I am Christopher Hart. 407-774-8255 is the number. Just a couple of quick updates about the fire in Paris, the Notre Dame, or Notre Dame, as we say down here, Cathedral. The local police are saying, Paris police are saying, they're treating this as an accidental blaze, that they have ruled out terrorist-related motives in the fire, whatever that means. We shall see. Other than that, once again, they think that they can save the stone portions, the structures, the towers, other than the spire, which has already fallen. And once again, though, even if they remain standing because of the heat of the blaze, they may have been rendered well, we'll see. We'll just have to wait and see. All right. In the meantime, before I get to the rift, I got Robert on the line. Let's take his call. How you doing tonight, Robert?
Hey there. How you doing?
Good. Appreciate you being out there.
Interesting. Got an interesting point. I heard this earlier about that, and it reminded me. Remember back when Obama brought in all those Syrian refugees and shipped them to states against the objections of the governors?
Yeah, you're talking about the refugees and I guess the sanctuary cities and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Right.
What?
Yes.
You know,
yeah, right.
and then the Dems keep saying, "Oh, that's illegal." Look, what about Obama and shipping it again when the governors didn't?
Okay. Well,
Could that have been illegal?
Yeah. What Robert is talking about is the president's threat, of course, to ship or send, bus, however, these asylum seekers and others who cannot be deported from the country, whether they're here illegally or just seeking asylum, that they be focused or concentrated in sanctuary cities. And the question is it illegal? Because Obama had, shall we say, spread them to where the locations presumably they thought they should go to. And would that have been illegal if what Trump is talking about illegal? I asked Sidney Powell, former federal prosecutor, about this on the show Friday night, because I'm not aware of anything that would render this to be illegal. And she did not know of any federal statutes that would make this illegal. As a matter of fact, if there's anything out there that's illegal by federal law, it's the doggone sanctuary cities. Not the president wanting to send these people there. It's the fact that they are there to begin with. That is what is illegal, because they're aiding and abetting criminals. So, you do this in your own home, and well, they're not going to consider your home to be a sanctuary home. They're going to lock you up with the criminal that's in there with you. So you got a good point. There is nothing illegal about it, whether Obama did it or Trump does it. We got to put these people somewhere. It's up to the government to figure out where to put them. And
the Dems are trying to say that, it's illegal for him to do that.
Well,
they keep saying it.
Well, if I remember correctly, some Republican governors tried to challenge Barack Obama's practice of it, and then I don't think anything came of it. So it does not appear there is any illegality about it. So thank you very much, Robert. I appreciate you calling.
You're welcome. Have a good evening.
You too. The rift that I was going to talk about, we've already been mentioning it, and it exists in the Democrat Party, and it's between, you might call, the old guard or the establishment and the new young blazing mouths of the likes of AOC and Ilhan Omar and others. And the rift came out for the whole world to see last night on 60 Minutes in one of the, shall we say, lousiest, easiest, most softballest interviews you'll ever see on the network news broadcast between Leslie Stahl and Nancy Pelosi. Now, you would have thought that these two gals were old buddies from way back, and well, I reckon they are. And they treated each other as such. But we did nonetheless find out that Nancy Pelosi does not think that socialism, or she said that socialism is not an economic system that she believes in. Well, thank you very much. Unfortunately, you got the country on the course of it, and of course towards it. And she claimed the title of progressive for herself. And when Leslie Stahl wanted to take a bit of issue with her and say, well, no, the real progressives in the party seem to be AOC and these others, and Nancy Pelosi said, well, maybe five. So it is quite evident that there is not. I don't know if I'll use the word turmoil, but there's not a lot of peace in the Democratic TP. That the old guard is wary and leery of the young guard, and the young guard is sick and tired of the old guard. And if you don't believe me, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has said over the weekend that she hopes she doesn't have to endorse Joe Biden. In other words, if he gets the nomination, she thinks that he is a step backwards and not a step forwards. And, well, duh. In terms of the direction that the Democrat Party is going, he's ancient stuff. And Pelosi is too. But they're the ones, they along with Barack Obama and the Clintons, are the ones who have laid the groundwork in recent modern times for this jolt towards socialism. And this is a battle that's been going on, ladies and gentlemen, for over 100 years now in this country. There have been socialists and communists in this country. As a matter of fact, the Communist Party USA, I'm not mistaken, was founded in 1917, and it still exists. And we know that John Brennan voted for old Gus Hall, I think was his name. Gus Hall was the Communist Party presidential nominee for a number of years in like the 70s and 80s there. And old John Brennan, we know, voted for old Gus on at least a couple of occasions. So the Communist Party USA has been around for over 100 years. And so this battle is nothing new. It's just that now we're 100 years into it, and they've gotten some footholds on the beach. And we got to continue to be vigilant. And if Nancy Pelosi is going to say that she is not a fan of socialism, we got to hold her to it and help deepen that rift in the Democratic Party. Do them a favor by increasing the rift so that the power structure will take care of it in one way or another. The prospects for Joe Biden, I do believe, are fading quite rapidly. A lot of people have been talking about his legal problems. We've mentioned his legal problems, his son with the sweetheart deal with the Chinese, the sweetheart deal with the Ukrainians, while Joe Biden is vice president and all of that sort of shady and underhanded dealing. That's not his biggest problem. His biggest problem is what AOC said. He is a step backwards. It's like Scaramucci said. He said, and I loved it. I wish I'd have thought of it because it's great radio. Joe Biden is too pale, he's too male, and he's too stale. He's too white. He's a white old man, and he's got old Democrat ideas, not new progressive ideas. And that's going to be his undoing, and throw in the touchy-feely business. But that's his real undoing, is he's not with it. I'll take an old 60s and 70s expression Joe would understand. You ain't with it, dude. Here come the judge, and the judge ain't you. You're going to have to hit the road and just keep on trucking. Keep on trucking down the road to retirement because you ain't with it, man. You ain't with it. So he's got real problems. Bernie Sanders, by the way, the numbers are out for the first quarter fundraising. Bernie Sanders top Democrat fundraising, and Biden didn't release any numbers because he's not officially a nominee, but I don't think he's got any money either. And to speak of, the Bernie Sanders raked in 18 million. Kamala Harris, once again, I think she's the horse to be watching in this race. She raked in 12 million. The Idaho mayor, he announced yesterday, and I guess raked in about $1 million fairly quickly. But he's not going to. He's going to be a flash in the pan. The one who has the sticking power, other than Bernie Sanders, is going to be Kamala Harris. You watch, and so Joe Biden is languishing out there. By the way, the president raised over $30 million himself, and of course, he's already been raising a ton of money. He's raised a couple of $100 million so far. The campaign goal is to raise $1 billion for the 2020 campaign. Speaking of the 2020 campaign, the president's campaign manager, Brad Parscale, is going to be in town here, up in Lake Mary anyway, on Thursday, May the 9th for the Trump Day Dinner. And you can go to TrumpDayDinner.com to get tickets, but you better get them quickly because these are going fast. People are getting these tickets from all over the state. They're going to come here for this because people want to hear from Brad Parscale. He's been working with the president for I think 8 or 10 years. He is now the campaign manager. He's a bright guy, and when it comes to the social media and the cyber world, he's brilliant. And he is going to be at the Trump Day dinner and Thursday, May the 9th, and that's going to be at the Marriott in Lake Mary. And there'll be a VIP reception as well. You can get sponsors tickets, VIP tickets, or general admission tickets, whatever you like, at TrumpDayDinner.com, Thursday, May the 9th. Brad Parscale coming to our little burg here. You are listening to the American Adversaries. I am going to take another break, come back on the other side with some, well, shall we say, some sad news out of the Boston Globe, but not surprising. We'll be right back.
FM 105.5, AM 660. The Answer.
Ladies and gentlemen, do you ever feel unappreciated, like good customer service is a thing of the past? Then you need to go to Images Auto Spa on Wednesday, which is Customer Appreciation Day. Not only will you get the same professional, courteous service you get at Images Auto Spa every day, but you'll get it at a discount. For instance, a wash, vacuum, clean the wheels, and glass, all for just $11 every Wednesday. Images Auto Spas are conveniently located at 4007 East Colonial Drive and on State Road 434, just north of 436. Feel customer appreciation in a tangible way every Wednesday at Images Auto Spas. Visit ImagesAutoSpa.com. Hi, Chris Hart here. You know, I always bring you the best companies that improve your life. Now, I want to introduce you to Dr. Ronald Trevisani of Lifetime Teeth Today, Orlando's trusted board-certified oral surgeon for over 20 years. If you need dental implants or oral surgery, this is the guy and this is the place to go. Receive the highest level of dental implant care from a trusted oral surgeon. And by the way, his patients love him.
I can eat everything and I enjoy life much more. I really do. I don't have to worry about toothaches, fillings, or anything.
We had corn on the cob last night with a filet mignon. It made my toes curl up.
Dr. Trevisani, one office, one day, Lifetime Teeth Today. Multiple locations. Call 407-598-8141. Dr. Trevisani, Orlando's trusted board-certified oral surgeon. Show that smile again. Call 407-598-8141 today.
Online at drtrevisani.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, we all know that one of the biggest investments we'll make in life is the house we choose to make our home. So why make this investment without knowing exactly what you're getting into? That's where Aubrey Kahn of Firm Foundation Home Inspections comes in. He'll make sure that excitement over the purchase of a house or rental property or commercial property doesn't turn into a nightmare after you take the keys. To get the most thorough and complete inspection, go to orlandoshomeinspector.com or just call Aubrey Kahn at 321-624-0254. Don't roll the dice on your home purchase. Remember, call Aubrey Kahn at 321-624-0254.
Stuck in traffic? We've got the answer.
Answer traffic. I-4 slow both ways around 192 eastbound. I-4 slow from Sand Lake to past Lake Mary. Westbound I-4 slow Lake Mary to Maitland with a crash at 436. Then from Princeton to the Turnpike. Got another crash. Silver Star at Powers 429 slow both ways coming out from the Turnpike. Turnpike slow southbound from the Beach Line to 192. That's your latest Answer traffic. I'm Dave Dorica.
All right, welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, you got the American Adversaries here live on a Monday afternoon. Beautiful spring-like afternoon. Actually, going to be a little chill in the air this evening. 407-774-8255 is the number. The Fox News, speaking of Bernie Sanders and these candidates, before I go to the Boston Globe thing, Fox News, of course, is going to host this town hall for Bernie Sanders in about 40 minutes from now at 6:30. And a lot of people scratching their heads going, what in the world? First, they had Howard Schultz for the Starbucks guy last week or the week before, and now they're having Bernie Sanders. What in the heck is going on here? Well, a couple things. One, they got a lot of new producers over there, and a number of them are liberals. And two, I think that they have felt stung by the Democrats shunning them from their debates. So this is kind of their way of getting back and saying, well, okay, if you're not going to let us be at the debates, we'll just have our own little one-on-ones here with these people. And I guess but nonetheless, people are wondering how they are going to treat. We'll see how they treat Bernie tonight, if they're going to, press him, or if they're going to treat him like Leslie Stahl treated Nancy Pelosi, the Dragon Lady, last night. All right. We've heard of these instances where Trump supporters are being accosted and harassed in restaurants, run out of restaurants, banned from restaurants, having their hats, instigate violence and all this sort of nonsense. Well, here's something maybe even a little worse. The Boston Globe printed on their website it was about a 1,200 word op-ed, and it appears on Wednesday. And I got to get Nostradamus. He just came in the door. This is a story right up Nostradamus' alley here, okay? Nostradamus is an old radio newsman from way back. Here he is, Nostradamus.
Just in me.
That's right.
What is it we're talking about?
All right, this was a Boston Globe. I'm just starting off with this. This is a Boston Globe op-ed that came out on their website on Wednesday. And it was written by a guy by the name of Luke O'Neill, who is described as a Boston-based freelance journalist and regular contributor to the Globe's opinion section. And he has also contributed to the Washington Post. And in fact, I'm reading right now from a Washington Post article about the Boston Globe. And what it is in this op-ed, it is a case of, you might say, of Trump derangement syndrome gone to a whole nother level. Fortunately, this was I wish I had rather than I did, right? So it begins with him looking back on his biggest regrets in life. One of them was not, and I'm not going to use the word that he actually wrote. I'll just use a milder version of it. One of his biggest regrets in life was not peeing in Bill Kristol's salmon. Mm-hmm. Now, there's a lot of Trump supporters out there right now regretting that he didn't do it too.
Yeah.
Because Bill Kristol is a big-time never Trumper, the National Review and all of that. Let me read from the article. I was waiting on the disgraced neoconservative pundit and chief Iraq war cheerleader about 10 years ago at a restaurant in Cambridge, and to my eternal dismay, some combination of professionalism and pusillanimity
close enough,
prevented me from appropriately seasoning his entree.
Is that the demi-glaze?
Yes. By Thursday, this was printed on the website Wednesday. By Thursday evening, amid fierce backlash from critics, the post was pulled down.
Okay, a couple of things here. Let's unpack this, as they like to say.
Yes.
I love the headline of a website called TheWrap.com that talked about the Boston Globe story.
Yeah.
Boston Globe unpublishes column suggesting that servers tamper with Trump officials' food.
You had seen this.
Yeah, as if you can publish something and then unpublish
it. Right.
I'm going to unring this bell. Listen carefully.
Right, exactly.
Okay. Here's what the Globe did, though. They took it out. They put the story on their website. Then they got a little bit of backlash. Then they tried to fudge around with the roughest elements of the piece to try to kind of adjust it a little. Then they finally said, you know what, forget it. Now, just take the whole thing down.
How do you adjust that? I mean, right?
I don't know.
Aye.
As for this author, Mr. O'Neill, I don't know if anything could be done to improve that salmon. So I don't know what to say there.
Well, if you're worried about your food, go to Cafe Positano. Yeah. It's the best. It's fresh.
Their salmon is like incredible.
Indeed. And talk about fresh.
And this guy, I don't think he should ever be hired again, either in journalism or in food services.
No, for sure. All right. Speaking of Cafe Positano, I want to wish a couple of people happy birthdays. Mara Lee, Vacation Travel Planners, just celebrated a birthday recently. And Pasquale Pasquale Barba is going to celebrate his birthday coming up here in a couple of days.
He's not saying how old he is he?
No. But I didn't know, but I guess it's Pasqua. Is what for the commonly known Easter hobby, but Resurrection Day. And he was born on that, which is naturally why he is named Pasquale.
Well, and in Latin, Pax Vobiscum means peace be with you. So,
peace be with you.
Peace be with you, Pasquale.
All right. Have you seen or found out anything more about this fire at the...
Yeah, a couple of things. First, you remember our friend Pamela Geller? She was on with us a couple times a few years ago.
Yeah.
She has her finger on the pulse of Muslim extremism. And French officials are saying, oh, this was just an accident. This was just a worker with a cigarette, because every French worker smokes a cigarette. I do believe that.
Oh, yeah.
But here's the thing. Today, this morning, one of 3 women involved in a foiled plot to blow up a car parked with gas canisters near the Notre Dame Cathedral 8 years ago was sentenced to 8 years in prison. This happened directly after that. Okay?
So
her name was Inez Madani, 22 years old. She was sentenced following a 3-day trial during which she was accused of encouraging would-be jihadists to go to Syria and participate in attacks against France. She used an encrypted messaging app called Telegram that's widely used by jihadists to communicate. She used different names on different networks, and her goal was to blow up cars packed with gas canisters all around the Notre Dame Cathedral. So that happened between March 2015 and 2016. And now it is April 2019, and the cathedral is burning.
How about that? And you're right. The Paris police issued this cryptic statement. They have ruled out terrorist-related motives.
That was pretty quick of them to rule that out.
And how do you rule out terrorist-related motives?
While it's still burning.
Well, yeah.
Okay, here's what I think is going on. And I'm looking at a Newsweek story from about a month ago. France had seen a spate of attacks against Catholic churches since the start of 2019. Last Sunday, and this means from the middle of March, about a month ago, the historic Church of Saint-Sulpice in Paris was set on fire right after midday mass. Although no one was injured, police investigated the fire, and they have attributed it to arson, but they have not said anything about terrorism. I believe the French authorities, if they were to come out and say this is Islamic terrorism, the city would burn down.
Well, big portion of it is. And that certainly has to be considered a distinct possibility. Now, earlier they said that they had not ruled anything out. Now it appears as though they have begun the process of trying to rule out terrorism. When they say they have ruled out terrorist-related motives in the fire, does that mean if a terrorist actually did it, he did it by accident?
He dropped a cigarette.
I guess.
Sure.
Very suspicious, very suspicious. In the meantime, we'll check the news feed during the break, come back on the other side with another hour of the show, The American Adversaries. Once again, if you've been tuning in to find Abe Katzman, he couldn't join us tonight. He'll be back with us either later in the week or, of course, next Monday night. They have not yet formed a government in Israel. They have now, though, formed a new government in the Palestinian Authority. But over there, they do it dictator style, not election style, more or less. Anyway, we'll be right back with more of the American Adversaries radio show.
News, opinion, passion. FM 105.5, AM 660. The Answer. WORL, Altamont Springs, Orlando. A service of Salem Media Group. It's 6 o'clock.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm Keith Peters. The Paris prosecutor's office says investigators are treating the blaze that destroyed part of Notre Dame as an accident for now. The prosecutor's office said late Monday that they've ruled out arson in Monday's fire, including possible terror-related motives for starting the blaze. Prosecutors say Paris police will conduct an investigation into, quote, involuntary destruction caused by fire. Correspondent Angela Charlton reports the cause of the blaze is not yet known.
Officials are saying that it might be linked to renovations currently underway at Notre Dame. The cathedral undergoes fairly regular renovations, but right now they're undergoing a pretty extensive and expensive renovation on that very spire that fell. So that's where the suspicion immediately lies.
If there's any good news in this, it's French officials are saying they think Notre Dame Cathedral's landmark rectangular towers have been saved from the fire. The Justice Department says it will release a redacted version of the special counsel's Russia investigation report on Thursday.
Special counsel Bob Mueller gave Attorney General William Barr a nearly 400-page report last month. So far, Barr's released a 4-page letter detailing the principal conclusions. Writing Mueller did not find a criminal conspiracy between Trump associates and Russia during the 2016 race. While Mueller did not reach a definitive conclusion on whether the president obstructed justice, Barr wrote he does not think there's enough evidence to prove the president did. Democrats want the full report, saying Barr's whitewashed the conclusions to the president's benefit, but he'll be giving them a version sanitized of sensitive information. Sagar Magani, Washington.
Full House star Lori Loughlin and her fashion designer husband Massimo Giannulli have pleaded not guilty to charges that they paid bribes to get their daughters into the University of Southern California. Wall Street down by 27 points. The NASDAQ dropped 8. The S&P lower by 1. More on these stories at townhall.com.
News and the latest Answer traffic now.
Here's your latest Answer News update. An arrest on Friday related to those ATV riders that attacked an Orlando couple last month. James McCoy from Miami under arrest by Miami-Dade police charged with aggravated battery, robbery, and aggravated battery on a pregnant woman. He said his name was Good Citizen. Cops say he's under arrest. 35-year-old man charged with impersonating an officer and false imprisonment happened at the Clarkona Resort. Victim says he was put in handcuffs by the guy earlier in the month. When the real cops put the real cuffs on the real crook, he literally said his first name was Good, last name was Citizen. Turns out that wasn't his real name. Dennis Prager is coming to town soon, and you can see him live and in person. For more information, go to theanswerorlando.com. Mostly clear skies, and we're staying dry, low 70s by 8 tonight. Your answer for the latest local news and traffic. I'm Dave Dorica.
Stuck in traffic? We've got the answer.
Answer traffic, I-4 slow eastbound from 192 to past Lake Mary, westbound I-4 slow from Lake Mary to 436 with a crash there, then from Princeton to past 192. Silver Star at Powers, we've got a crash. The Answer traffic brought to you by Mackey Wellness Center. Discover a whole new you, 877-344-7737 or online at makiwellnesscenter.com. Your answer for the latest local news and traffic. I'm Dave Dorica.
FM 105.5, AM 660, The Answer. AccuWeather forecast.
We'll have clear skies this evening with a low of 56, then a nice day tomorrow with plenty of sunshine and a high of 84. Mainly clear skies tomorrow night, low 62. Then Wednesday will be mostly sunny and seasonably warm with a high of 85. Look for showers or thunderstorms in spots Thursday afternoon. I'm Holly Holdren, FM 105.5 and AM 660 The Answer.
With an outdated website and poor Google rankings, your competition is getting your potential customers. You need a marketing company who treats you like family. At JJC Marketing Solutions, we provide state-of-the-art websites, search engine optimization, and social media campaigns that work. Call me, Matt Buff, at 321-765-7710 and mention this ad to get your first month free. At JJC Marketing Solutions, we will make your website awesome again. We will make your social media work again. And yes, we will make your online marketing great again. Visit jjcmarketingsolutions.com or call 321-765-7710 today.
Ladies and gentlemen, sit right up.
January 20th, 2017 will be remembered as the day the people became the rulers of this nation again. We assembled here today are issuing a new decree to be heard in every city, in every foreign capital, and in every hall of power. From this day forward, a new vision will govern our land. From this day forward, it's going to be only America first. We do not seek to impose our way of life on anyone, but rather to let it shine as an example. We will shine for everyone to follow. There should be no fear. We are protected, and we will always be protected. We will be protected by the great men and women of our military and law enforcement. And most importantly, We will be protected by God. We stand at the birth of a new millennium, ready to unlock the mysteries of space, to free the earth from the miseries of disease, and to harness the energies, industries, and technologies of tomorrow. A new national pride will stir our souls, lift our sights, and heal our divisions. Your voice, your hopes, and your dreams will define our American destiny. Together, we will make America strong again. We will make America wealthy again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. And yes, together, we will make America great again. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless America.
Let's go see the elephant. When I'm a road runner, honey. I'm a road runner, honey, and you can't keep up with me. Just go
Hold on to your hats, ladies and gentlemen. There's only 22 minutes, 42 seconds yet to go until the Bernie Sanders town hall on Fox.
I can feel the burn. It's burning.
Oh, the burn is burning. All right. Are you the burning hunk of burning love? All right. We better watch out with the burning jokes here tonight, though, folks.
No, that's right.
Yeah.
Not a good juxtaposition of stories.
Indeed,
there.
indeed. With the burning and evidently this cathedral in Paris is going to continue to burn for a couple of days. We'll give you an update on that here in just a moment. We are the American Adversaries. We are here live in the Relax and Comfort studios. And once again, you can see and hear us on our YouTube channel. That's American Adversaries on YouTube, where the shows are also archived if you can't catch us live. And you can always access their channel via our Facebook page, where there's always something going on there. And that's American Adversaries on Facebook. Nostradamus is in the studio with myself, Christopher Hart. Jeff Sinnis is on the bridge. Normally, we would have John Barrows in the studio with us, but he is in the hospital tonight. He is recovering, and he's on the mend. But nonetheless, I'd like you folks to join me in praying for John tonight. And he is, of course, very dearly missed here, but he's even more needed downtown. And so please pray for John Barrows tonight. Once again, he is on the mend, but he is in the hospital. So
as we were saying while the commercials and the news were going on, this man puts himself out there 8 hours a day, 5 days a week in front of this clinic, and physically, mentally, spiritually, he puts it out there every single day. He's got to be exhausted in more than one different way.
Indeed. So please, once again, prayers for John Barrows tonight. Okay, the situation in Paris. Nostradamus, you want to give the update, please?
Sure. Right now, the fire is burning. It is expected to continue burning for at least another day, just because of the positioning of the building. The officials at the French Interior Ministry say there are 400 firefighters at the scene right now.
However, it took the first firefighters 2 hours to arrive on scene, evidently because there was so much congestion just naturally in the area of the roads. But then as people were flocking there to witness this, evidently it made it very difficult for the firefighters to get there.
Spokesman for the cathedral, Andre Finot, told French media, everything is burning. And he suggests that nothing will remain from the frame. It's a stone building, but it's got wood all around it.
Right.
And the cause of the blaze was not known. They're not admitting to any particular thing, whether it's terrorism. They are thinking that it was an accident that has to do with the renovation project. They're spending over $6 million to renovate the church's spire, and it's 250 tons of lead. As we saw on TV just a few minutes ago, that spire collapsed under its own weight.
Right. By the way, lead melts at about 600 degrees, and a fire like that would produce much more heat than that. Hopefully, the heat did not damage by cracking the structure of the rest of the stone portions of the building, and they can be salvaged. Of course, won't know until the engineers and inspectors get in there to take a look around, and that won't be for days yet before they can actually really. Nostradamus said the fire is expected to burn at least another day, maybe a couple, and they are pouring water on it. The president today earlier suggested that they drop water from the air via helicopters or planes on the fire, and like they do for forest fires. And the officials said that might actually cause more damage. I don't know if they thought that it would bring the stone structures down. I guess yes, but the rest of it, as you said, it's burning to a cinder. There won't be anything left to come down.
Yeah. So far as we know, there are no injuries or fatalities reported yet. But the Deputy Mayor of Paris, Emmanuel Gregoire, said emergency services are now trying to salvage a lot of art pieces that are stored in the cathedral. It's its own art gallery, basically. They've got so much art stored there.
Well, if they're correct about the assessment of the fire and the damage, unless these are in vaults or something like that, they're going to have gone up in smoke.
Absolutely.
Now, evidently they did. I thought I had heard reports earlier that they did take out some of the statues and the sacred things, evidently because of the renovation. Maybe they were able to scurry in there as the fire was just starting before the fire department got there and get out whatever they could get out. Don't know. The details are very limited and sketchy. But if these things that were left in there were not in safe rooms, they're gone.
Yeah.
I don't know what would be left to salvage, but some charred remains. So nonetheless, we'll keep an eye on it throughout the rest of the show. And if anything else comes up about it, we'll certainly let you know. Nonetheless, a very sad day for Catholics around the world, historians around the world, and people who appreciate our history around the world as a civilization, a Judeo-Christian civilization here, obviously, in the West. So, once again, a sad day in Paris. And Nostradamus did note that today in Paris, prior to the burning of the cathedral, a known terrorist was sentenced for attempting to burn the place down.
Yep, this is one of 3 women involved in a foiled plot to blow up a car packed with gas canisters near Notre Dame back in 2015. Her name is Inez Medina. She is Muslim, and she was sentenced to 8 years in prison
today
after a 3-day trial this morning. And it happened nearly simultaneously.
The fire started soon after. And by the way, the terrorist who was inspired by and led by the blind sheikh, they're both in prison now, and I can't recall his name. He was one of the main terrorists who committed the first Trade Center terrorist attack in 1993 when they detonated that truck bomb in the parking garage, trying to topple the building that way. They were taking him back and forth for his court dates via helicopter rather than having to drive him through traffic in New York. They would bring him in from Rikers Island or wherever they have the federal lockup up there to the federal courthouse. And on the last day when he was being transported out, as they were flying by looking at the towers, he looked over and said, "I didn't bring them down, but they're coming down," something to that effect. And you just have to wonder in this case. Once again, we're not saying that this is happening, that this did happen, but it is quite the coincidence that this woman was sentenced to 8 years in prison for trying to burn the cathedral down on the day that the cathedral ends up getting burned down.
You know me. I'm with Pamela Geller. There are no coincidences.
No, indeed not. In the meantime, it is tax deadline day. You still have until midnight if you're filing online. I don't rely on me, though, but I think that the post office down at the international airport remains open till midnight every day still. But nonetheless, you only have until midnight now. The president, don't know if he's filed his for last year. Presumably he has, but we're not going to know because he's not going to release them. And Congress is not going to be able to get their hands on them. It will go to the courts, probably wind up in the Supreme Court because Congress is threatening to subpoena and then take to court the IRS if they don't release the president's tax returns for the prior 6 years by April the 23rd.
No, like we said on the Sunday night show, let's have every congressman and senator show us their taxes and show us if they got to deduct the amount that was charged to our pocketbooks, the American people, for anyone who is involved in a sexual scandal.
On their behalf, exactly.
Right.
That would be considered payment. Hope
it's all itemized.
Yeah, indeed. And the reason they want them by the 23rd is they're out of town. Congress is off. They're off on another vacation, you might say, until the 23rd, a week from tomorrow. So it's Holy Week for Catholics and Christians around the world. Those people.
Their attempts are Holy Week. WHOLLY WEAK.
Indeed. Very good play on words there, Nostradamus. Then, of course, as I was saying, it is tax deadline day, and Nostradamus makes the excellent point. And once again, there are a lot of misunderstanding out there about their people's taxes and the tax cut. Because the change, how it was implemented, people are thinking that they didn't get as much back in that they got in years prior. According to the IRS, the average refund is down, but only slightly, 1.1%. That's the refund. But people's taxes that they're paying in is down significantly more than that on average. And people, however, don't seem to feel it or realize it, and they don't think that it is happening.
Well, the whole idea
the numbers confirm that it is.
The whole idea of the phrase "a tax refund" is really that's disingenuous because it's like saying the government is giving you money, and all they're doing is loaning you back the money that was already yours to begin with because you overpaid it to them at no interest.
Yeah, you're basically right, because normally if you go to get a refund at the store, it is because you have purchased something and you want your money back for making that purchase. But in this case, your quote unquote refund is not making a purchase. You're just basically giving the money to the government until after a year they give it back. Now, I prepared taxes for a lot of people for a lot of years, and it was always very difficult to get people to understand that they didn't have to do that they could take that money home every week.
Yep.
But no, I want to go on that vacation at the end of the year. Well, take the money and put it in the bank. And every now and then somebody would own up and say, well, I would, but I'd end up spending it anyway.
Right.
So I got to have the government hold it for me or I can't save any money,
I
which
know.
is a sad state of affairs.
I know people like that, if you know what I mean.
Don't we all? It's okay, but you have to understand it's interest-free. But once again, it sort of fogs the understanding of what is actually happening in the taxing transaction.
Right.
See, very few people understand it. That it's the complexity of the forms, but it's also the complexity of the law and how it all plays out.
And the one thing that's changed and has forced a lot of people who are expecting refunds to actually pay, the number one thing is that a lot of things that were deductible through itemization are not deductible anymore. So if you leaned heavily on that year after year, that's a lot of that has been pulled out. A lot of things that you could claim as a deduction or not.
There are some. You're actually correct.
Capital gains, income,
but the bigger, but that would have been income. But the bigger ones like interest on a mortgage and medical expenses and things of this, you can still deduct them, but the standard deduction has been increased so much.
So you have to get to a further point.
Right. But usually that works out better for the person because if you're paying mortgage interest at some point, even before, it would go below what the standard deduction is. And so you're paying less and less interest, but you're still getting a sizable deduction. But, realtors like to use that as a selling point. You can write off the interest for your loan on your taxes. And well, yeah, but now that loan is going to have to be bigger to take advantage of that over a long period of time.
I'd rather just pay the loan off.
There you go. That's why you don't need incentives to be in debt. Buying a house should not be an incentive to get in debt. It should be an incentive to invest money in real estate.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So let's take a break. When we come back, we got some other stories for you as well. Once again, John Barrows won't be with us tonight. He's in the hospital. He is recovering, but please hold him in your prayers, as well as the Christians and Catholics around the world. The loss of this iconic cathedral. Maybe salvageable parts of it, but it is a tragic loss nonetheless. We'll be right back.
FM 105.5 and AM 660. The Answer.
Don't miss Dennis Prager live Monday, May 6th at the Holy Land Experience. Get your tickets now at theanswerorlando.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, do you ever feel unappreciated, like good customer service is a thing of the past? Then you need to go to Images Auto Spa on Wednesday, which is Customer Appreciation Day. Not only will you get the same professional, courteous service you get at Images Auto Spa every day, but you'll get it at a discount. For instance, a wash, vacuum, clean the wheels, and glass, all for just $11 every Wednesday. Images Auto Spas are conveniently located at 4007 East Colonial Drive and on State Road 434, just north of 436. Feel customer appreciation in a tangible way every Wednesday at Images Auto Spas. Visit imagesautospa.com.
Marilee here from Vacation Travel Planners, a member of Cruise Planners with the latest vacation deals.
Like Bahama cruises from $249 per person. Or how about a 7-night Alaska cruise from $649 per person? On Celebrity Cruises, book a balcony or higher on a 7-night select Caribbean, Europe, or Alaska sailings and receive specialty dinner for two. Get free prepaid gratuities on select sailings with Oceania Cruises. Sandals and Beaches all-inclusive resorts are up to 65% off. Get free prepaid gratuities on select Avalon Waterways River Cruises.
Give us a call at 321-251-4777. That's 321-251-4777. Or visit us at vacationtravelplanners.com. Keep listening to the American Adversaries for new travel specials every week. Bon voyage!
Folks, I'm so proud of our sponsors here on the American Adversaries, like Jerry and Janice Shepard of Jerry's Mercedes-Benz. They and businesses like theirs are truly the backbone of America. They're family-owned and operated, dedicated to quality and professionalism, and committed to courteous and honest service. If you own a Mercedes-Benz or a BMW, you need to know Jerry and Jana and their team of professionals because they will give you the best care and service for your vehicle at the best price. They truly are the dealership alternative. Call 407-366-6499 or go to jerrysmb.com. That's 407-366-6499, jerrysmb.com.
Stuck in traffic? We've got the answer.
Answer traffic I-4 eastbound going slow 192 to pass Lake Mary. Westbound I-4 slow from Lake Mary to 436 with a crash there. Also slow from Princeton to pass 192. Another crash, Silver Star at Towers 429 slow both ways coming out from the Turnpike. Turnpike slow southbound Beach Line to 192. That's your latest Answer traffic. I'm Dave DeRica.
Okay, if you're searching for the Titans of Talk Radio, the voice to be reckoned with, you have found us, the American Adversaries, live in the Relax and Comfort Studios on a Monday afternoon. Nostradamus and myself, Christopher Hart.
Appropriate bumper music.
Yeah,
we were
indeed.
going through all the inappropriate music we could have played.
That's right. All right, let's go to Frank on the line to talk about Notre Dame. Hey, Frank.
Hey guys, how are you?
Excellent. Go ahead.
Okay, three things strike me. Number one, you mentioned that the police or somebody come out and said that it's accidental. I thought, is it even out? Is the fire even out yet?
No,
it is not.
Yeah,
it's been burning
I
all
always
day.
thought, the fire had to go out before you determine the cause of it. I don't know.
There's nothing to see here, Frank. Move along.
Right. It is.
I mean, it's just me, So, okay. Go ahead, Chris.
No, I was going to say it is kind of mysterious why they would be already claiming that they've ruled out the motives of terrorists and they think that it's an accident. I mean, like you said, the doggone thing is even out.
No mystery to me, though.
Right. How are you going to get in? You got to get in there and find the origin of the fire and see if there were any accelerants or whatever. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I want to tell you guys something. Even the wise Nostradamus might not even know. Okay,
Tell me.
We say like I don't believe in coincidences, right? Okay.
Yeah.
In the Hebrew language, there is no word for coincidence.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about a couple. Now, Nostradamus just brought in the second coincidence earlier that I didn't even realize about the timing of it, right? That coincides with the sentencing or something.
You know what?
Of somebody.
You're not going to hear the mainstream media in the U.S. mention that story at all.
Yeah.
No way. No way.
And we don't know. Let me repeat it real quick in case people just tuned in. We're not saying there is a connection, but what we are saying is that a woman who tried to burn down the Notre Dame Cathedral 3 or 4 years ago was sentenced for that attempt today in a French court to 8 years in prison. Shortly thereafter, the building she tried to burn down got burned down.
Yeah.
Okay. And speaking of coincidences,
yeah,
of all the buildings in Paris that could have had an accidental fire, it was the cathedral.
Well,
I don't know. Maybe it's just me, you know.
Well, the one thing I will say, and that is that it was undergoing major renovations,
I heard that.
and it's not unusual for there to be an accident caused by that process. A worker doing something shouldn't have done. This could have been I don't know what.
French men are big smokers. I will grant you that.
But
and the laws regarding construction are a little more lax in France than they are here in the United States.
What? Not green France. Not the Paris Accord France. You can't be talking about them. So
and here's my thought: if a worker drops a cigarette, don't you call the cops immediately? And you're trying to put it out, and I mean,
it just look. It does. What we know so far doesn't add up. I think that's what I can say about this so far.
It doesn't pass the smell test.
The police seem too anxious to rule out the foul play here. And
have you heard anything about them getting artifacts out of there? Or
they've been trying for most of the day. They've gotten some. There are still some in there.
Yeah, but
they haven't detailed what is and what isn't.
Right, but as I said earlier, and I've never been there myself, but unless they have safe rooms to store this stuff in, if it was out in the open, it's burned.
What's open is open and on display, but there is even more artwork that is not on public display at all times. It's probably stuck in maybe not vaults, maybe just rooms in the basement of the cathedral.
That's what I'm wondering. There's got to be some kind of archive down there, wine cellar, something. For heaven's sake, it is Paris. We will see. But unfortunately, we may not see, because I would simply say that the police reaction so far seems to be that they are more interested in putting out their own fire, no pun intended.
Right. The optics is really what's most important for them right now.
Right. Indeed. And as Nostradamus also noted, that there have been other church burnings in France over the last couple of years.
A friend of mine was just texting me that same thing.
Yep. So,
yep.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Frank. God bless you.
Okay, guys. You too. Bye.
All right. Thank you. All right. We got Roger on the line, but I'm up against a hard break, so I'm going to take that break. Roger will take your phone call on the other side. We do have some other news for you as well. Once again, the fire in Notre Dame. We'll monitor that news, and if there is any other breaking news about that, of course, we will bring it to you right here live. All right, you're listening to the American Adversaries. Once again, we invite you to the Trump Day Dinner Thursday, May the 9th. Go to TrumpDayDinner.com for tickets. Brad Parscale, the president's campaign manager for 2020, will be the keynote speaker. You'll also be able to meet him in a VIP reception if you choose to do so. Go to TrumpDayDinner.com to get those tickets, and they are going fast. TrumpDayDinner.com. In the meantime, we'll take a break, come back on the other side with more of the American Adversaries.
FM 105.5 and AM 660. The Answer.
With SRN News, I'm Keith Peters in Washington. Paris's fire chief says the structure of Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris has been saved even as a fire continues to rage. The cause of the blaze isn't known, though the Paris Fire Brigade says it could be linked to a renovation project of the church's spire. The Paris prosecutor's office ruled out arson and possible terror-related motives and said it was treating it as an accident. The cathedral is home to incalculable works of art and one of the world's most famous tourist attractions. Full House star Lori Loughlin and her fashion designer husband Massimo Giannulli have pleaded not guilty to charges that they paid bribes to get their daughters into the University of Southern California. Loughlin and Giannulli entered not guilty pleas in court documents on Monday and will not have to appear in court for an arraignment. They're among 50 parents, coaches, and others charged in a sweeping college admissions bribery scam. On Wall Street, the Dow down by 27 points. This is SRN News.
Do you suffer from lower back pain? Do you ache worse after sitting in a regular chair? Are you one of 80% of Americans who suffer debilitating back pain sometime in your life? Then you need to try the perfect chair at Relax and Comfort. Designed after the NASA G couch for astronauts, the perfect chair offers you comfort that no other chair can. Sitting in an average chair places over 8 times more pressure on your spine than standing. The effects of this over time cause the average person to shrink 1 to 2 inches, but not with the perfect chair. It's motorized and has individual elevation for the head and feet, providing you with every option you need for a pain-free experience. So try the perfect chair at Relax and Comfort and ask about no-interest financing. Mention the promo code American Adversaries and get 50% off Maloof bamboo bed linens or essential oil sleep pillows all month. Relax and Comfort is family-owned and operated and has locations in Winter Park, Windermere, Sanford, and the Villages. Go to relaxandcomfort.com or call 321-329-3118. Get your perfect chair and enjoy blessed relief and unparalleled comfort today.
News and the latest Answer Traffic now.
Here's your latest Answer News update. Man shot and killed near OBT on Saturday morning. Happened around 4 a.m. A one-legged man was the victim. Family looking for witnesses now to help with the investigation. You're asked to call Crime Line if you know anything. Dennis Prager is coming to town soon, and you can see him live and in person. Going to be at the Holy Land Experience, even a special TV broadcast. For more information about your tickets, go to theanswerorlando.com. Daytona Beach woman was injured over the weekend. Happened at Daytona Beach Pier on Saturday night. She was out on the pier, saw a young boy that she thought was drowning in the water and jumped in to save him. She landed on a sandbar and broke her foot and hurt her back. He was saved, taken to the hospital to make sure he was okay. Meanwhile, down in Jupiter, a beach drowning blamed on the rip currents. Mostly clear skies, staying dry, low 70s by 8 o'clock tonight. Your answer for the latest local news and traffic. I'm Dave Dorica.
Attention HR managers and business owners. If you're not screening your new hires, you're asking for trouble. Hi, I'm Kathy Santamacino with ASAP Programs. Negligent hiring is on the rise and can be an employer's worst nightmare, leading to litigation and legal costs that could cripple your business. The average cost of settling a negligent hiring lawsuit is nearly $1 million, with the largest claim on record at $26 million. With Applicant 360 screening solutions, you will be able to perform comprehensive background checks quickly and discreetly, allowing you to properly vet incoming talent. Whether your organization is big or small, it's your responsibility to safeguard your workplace and protect your customers. Don't base your hiring decisions on a first impression and a resume. Call me today at 407-702-9511. Call 407-702-9511.
For most Floridians, our home is our biggest investment. If you are shopping for a new home, vacation home, investment property, want to remodel your home, or need to refinance your existing home loan, you need the very best mortgage professionals working for you to make your American dream come true. I'm Mariah Lee with Patriot Home Funding. And regardless of your mortgage needs, Patriot Home Funding has just the right loan for you. All of our loan products offer the lowest possible fixed rates. We don't charge annoying and expensive junk fees, and you get the very best service and care from me and the rest of our experienced all-star team. Contact us today for a quick, easy, and free pre-qualification. You can call us at 877-377-8123 or visit us on the web at myphf.com. At Patriot Home Funding, we finance the American dream.
Patriot Home Funding is a licensed mortgage broker in the state of Florida. NMLS 171699 and is an equal housing lender.
Stuck in traffic? We've got the answer.
Answer traffic, I-4 eastbound slow from 192 up to past Lake Mary. Westbound I-4 slow from Lake Mary to Maitland, then from Princeton to past 192. We've got a crash Silver Star at Powers. 429 going slow southbound coming out from the Turnpike. Turnpike slow southbound, Beach Line to 192. Beach Line slow headed into I-4 and from the Turnpike to Marcuse. That's your latest Answer traffic. I'm Dave Dorica.
Hey, y'all. This is heavyweight professional wrestler Sam Houston.
You know, I know true champions in the political professional wrestling ring. The American Adversaries on AM 660. The Answer. These guys pile drive liberal baloney.
All right, welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks again for tuning in the American Adversaries radio show. Don't forget, Larry Elder will follow us up here at 7 o'clock. Nostradamus is in the studio with myself, Christopher Hart. We were just watching for a couple of moments here the town hall with Bernie Sanders. Are you sure this is a Fox studio? Because that audience is definitely pro-Bernie.
Bernie is slicing the bologna thick, and they're eating it up. He's in Bethlehem, PA, so probably the Sanders campaign handled admission to the event.
Okay.
And these two are just there.
Yes, Martha McCallum and Brett Baer. And I got to say, Bernie is looks like he's got things under control, and he's getting his message out.
It was nice to him to invite President Trump to release his taxes.
Right, indeed. Yeah, Brett tried to press him on his own taxes. And look, Bernie's he's a politician. He knows how to twist it. And before you knew it, he was talking about Trump's taxes. All right. In the meantime, Roger is on the line. 407-774-8255 is the number if you would like to join us as well. How you doing tonight, Roger?
I'm doing well, thanks. How you guys doing?
Pretty good. Thank you for calling.
Cool. Yeah, so anyway, I'm still a little, I'm late to the game even finding out about this. I probably only heard about it a half an hour ago, and my first thought was, there's a lot of new residents in Paris that might have had a reason to light a match. But also the rehab work kind of makes me wonder because if you'll recall, I think it was around 1979, the same thing happened at Buckingham Palace caught on fire when there was rehab work going on. So it's possible. But there are a couple of things that kind of make you lift an eyebrow, like about the sentencing and that other churches have been burning there.
Yeah. Once again, we're not making the connection. We're just saying things that have happened simultaneous or right with this. And go ahead. I was just going to say once again, what Roger is referring to is that a woman who tried to burn Notre Dame down a couple of 3 years ago was sentenced today in a French court for that act to 8 years in prison. And shortly after she was sentenced for trying to burn the building down, the building ended up burning down. Now, we don't know that anybody did the deed for her, but it makes you wonder. It just makes you wonder, don't it?
Yeah, it does. And the interesting, that actually, those two things could kind of go together. And again, this is, just speculation. But one thing I thought was like, well, the police are saying, and you guys were asking the question, how do you know when it's not even out yet? You haven't even done an arson investigation, which is the proper question.
Exactly.
But because there was construction or rehab work going on, maybe somebody actually saw it start.
Yeah.
But that could also beg the question, well, who was the guy that was careless with a torch or whatever, or a cigarette or whatever heat source, if that's how it started?
Right.
Just speculating.
Right.
Who were they? Was there some connection? You don't know. We don't know what we don't know yet.
And that's for the days ahead.
And by the way, coincidentally, and this happened at another church in France, that the fire began shortly after the services were over. And in this case, evidently the same thing happened. The fire was detected. We don't actually know when it began because, as you say, arson investigators have to actually get inside there to be able to tell where the fire started and how it spread. And they can do that. Trained arson investigators, but they have to be inside there looking at the charred remains to do it. They can't do it from the outside while they're still pouring water on it.
And you can't test for an accelerant while the fire is still accelerating.
Exactly. So this is
exactly, or you can't. The burn patterns, nothing.
What causes me to be suspicious more than anything else is the police's reaction. It's not the sentencing of the woman in court. It's how the police seem to be trying to downplay the possibilities here.
If they'd said, we just don't know, give us time, that would make more sense.
That would be the truth of the matter, because
that would be an honest comment or an honest statement.
Right.
But the other thing is it seems to me that if there was somebody that they say, oh yeah, we've got construction workers who saw it start, they'd be no pun, but they'd be shouting that from the rooftop.
That would certainly, I would think, have already made the news. Yes. Absolutely. And so once again, it is a strange reaction that we're getting from the authorities there that just doesn't add up. And that's what's causing us to sort of, like be suspicious.
Very skeptical.
Stroke our chins.
Indeed.
Things that make it go.
Scratch the old noggin a little bit.
Mhm.
All right. Well, thank you, Roger.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening. We appreciate it. And that's that's okay. That's what we're trying to do. We're just trying to fill in all the details that we know about what happened over there today. And once again, we get any more details, we will let you know before we go off the air here. In the meantime, once again, John Barros would normally be here this time on a Monday evening, and he is in the hospital tonight, Florida Hospital, and we would like you to hold him in your prayers along with us. He is on the mend, but nonetheless, he is in the hospital. In the meantime, I had anticipated talking to him some more about this movie Unplanned, and because we do have some news, and it would be, I think, cheerful to him.
Very good news. Sorry.
Wrong story.
Have a couple of funny stories, but a couple of interesting stories in this half hour. But Chuck Konzelman, who was a co-writer, co-director of Unplanned, said that nearly 100 abortion workers have now reached out to them in the past few weeks because they're thinking about quitting. If you saw the Unplanned movie, you know that at the end of the film, they put up a website and they say, if you are in and want to get out, here's how to contact Abby Johnson and her organization. And then there were none. Konzelman says that this represents about 1% of the abortion workers in the United States seeking to leave the industry. So 97 people have reached out. That means he believes there's nearly 10,000 that are in that don't want to be.
And by the way, it did well again at the box office this past weekend. Do you have any numbers on that?
I do, from April 5 through 11. So last Friday through the following Thursday. This past weekend, I didn't look up, but just through last Friday, Unplanned for the week was number 7, still holding firm in the top 10. It was down from 4th to 7th, but has now made over $14 million. So now has made 2 1/3 times more than the $6 million it took to make the movie. Another key thing here, if you can look at this column here, theaters. It tells you how many theaters the movie is playing in. You see, they have added theaters.
Added 457, if I'm reading this
in the
correct.
last 7 days. And if you know, a blockbuster comes out, it's in every theater. And then bit by bit, week by week, they pull it back. This is ramping up. This is either adding screens in cities where they're already running, or they're adding entirely new theaters because the movie is doing so well around the country.
By the way, there are only 2 other, and this is a list of 29 that I see on here, movies that are in the theaters right now. Only 2 others actually added. The Unplanned added 457. The Mustang movie added 169. And let me see here. I saw The Aftermath added 183. Everything else went down or stayed the same.
Right. And if you look, blockbusters like Captain Marvel and Dumbo, they're losing hundreds or even thousands of theaters because they knew it was going to be a 1 week, 2 week wonder, and the numbers would come down from there. This movie is gaining ground.
And if you have not seen it, please do make plans to go out and see it while it's in the theaters to increase these numbers, because this increases the impact of the movie and increases the chances of more movies like this being made and being successful. And it is a life-changing movie. It's about a redemption. It's about a life-changing moment. You know, people commonly think it's a movie about abortion, and abortion is part of the story, but it's really about a woman changing her life and having one of those life-changing moments. And it is when she realizes the real horror of abortion and changes her life forever. We had it on the show last week on Tuesday. And by the way, you can go to our website where we have isolated that interview, and we're going to do more of that sort of thing on our website, and you will be able to find that interview with Abby Johnson. Once again, please take someone with you who is not sure about the abortion issue or who's pro-life and adamant but willing to see the movie or whatever. And but once again, it is a powerful, I do believe, movie, because it's all about redemption and changing your life for the better, and that it's never too late to do that. Okay. We do have to take a break. Should we take a break and then come back with these other stories?
Sure, sounds good.
All right. In the meantime, once again, if any other news breaks about the fire in Paris, the Notre Dame. No, I want to say Notre Dame. That's the way we always said it down
If you
here.
say Notre Dame, you have to ask if Pete Buttigieg is okay.
Okay, that's okay. Yes.
That's the other Notre Dame.
Oh, ouch.
In South Bend, Indiana.
Yeah,
that's what I'm
right.
talking about.
Notre Dame. Yeah, okay. All right, that is Nostradamus. I am Christopher Hart. You are listening to the American Adversaries radio show. Don't forget, the great Al Dursky, the sage from South Central, will be joining us. I wish he would. He would be following us here in just a few minutes.
Once again, we're leading. They're following.
That's right. You got the American Adversaries in the Relax and Comfort Studios, coming back on the other side of this short break.
FM 105.5, AM 660. The Answer.
Ladies and gentlemen, do you ever feel unappreciated, like good customer service is a thing of the past? Then you need to go to Images Auto Spa on Wednesday, which is Customer Appreciation Day. Not only will you get the same professional, courteous service you get at Images Auto Spa every day, but you'll get it at a discount. For instance, a wash, vacuum, clean the wheels, and glass, all for just $11 every Wednesday. Images Auto Spas are conveniently located at 4007 East Colonial Drive and on State Road 434, just north of 436. Feel customer appreciation in a tangible way every Wednesday at Images Auto Spas. Visit imagesautospa.com.
Hi, Chris Hart here. You know, I always bring you the best companies that improve your life. Now, I want to introduce you to Dr. Ronald Trevisani of Lifetime Teeth Today, Orlando's trusted board-certified oral surgeon for over 20 years. If you need dental implants or oral surgery, this is the guy and this is the place to go. Receive the highest level of dental implant care from a trusted oral surgeon. And by the way, his patients love him.
I can eat everything and I enjoy life much more. I really do. I don't have to worry about toothaches, fillings, or anything.
We had corn on the cob last night with a filet mignon. It made my toes curl up.
Dr. Trevisani, one office, one day, Lifetime Teeth Today. Multiple locations. Call 407-598-8141. Dr. Trevisani, Orlando's trusted board-certified oral surgeon. Show that smile again. Call 407-598-8141 today.
Online at drtrevisani.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, we all know that one of the biggest investments we'll make in life is the house we choose to make our home. So why make this investment without knowing exactly what you're getting into? That's where Aubrey Kahn of Firm Foundation Home Inspections comes in. He'll make sure that excitement over the purchase of a house or rental property or commercial property doesn't turn into a nightmare after you take the keys. To get the most thorough and complete inspection, go to orlandoshomeinspector.com or just call Aubrey Kahn at 321-624-0254. Don't roll the dice on your home purchase. Remember, call Aubrey Kahn at 321-624-0254.
The Eye of the Tiger. Did you catch any of that Masters yesterday, or were you working?
I was working, but I got to hear a little bit of it on the radio while popping it around on my way back to our Sunday night tour.
Yeah.
And boy, God bless Tiger Woods. Good for him.
I tell you, it made all us old timers feel good again, right?
Was it 11 years since
14
in between majors?
11 between majors,
Right.
14 between green jackets.
Green jackets, okay.
Right, which broke Gary Player's record of going 13 years. He won in 61 and 74.
Right.
And
And his Masters means he now has more green jackets than Arnold Palmer did.
Right. He has 5, Palmer has 4, and Nicklaus has 6. And by the way, Gary Player and Jack Nicklaus started the Masters with that ceremonial first off the tee. And it was great to see Gary still playing the game of golf. I always liked him.
I got to say this, though.
He was the first man in black, right?
Fashion-wise, I got to say, a green jacket and a red shirt. They clash.
It did, didn't it? The president is going to award Tiger Woods the Medal of Freedom. And this is not unusual. Athletes and entertainers and the like have commonly gotten medals of freedom. Barack Obama gave out lots of them, and it is a high honor. But he is a great athlete, and of course, renowned and respected worldwide.
But since Trump wants to do it, someone's going to object.
Probably. But they are golfing buddies. And in February, they went, the three of them, Nicholas, Trump, and Tiger, went golfing down there, Mar-a-Lago, whatever the course is he plays down there. And afterwards, the president tweeted, I remember retweeting it, that he tweeted that they had played. And he tweeted out a picture, and there was old Nicholas standing there in short pants. And I advised him not to do that. But anyway, he also said that the Tiger was back playing good and ready to win championships again.
Very cool. Yeah. By the way, one of our lovely Facebook friends, Maxine, who always has comments on us. I would love her to call in because I would love having a conversation with her. But people do different things.
That's
she
fine.
probably doesn't want to. Her comment on what we've been talking about with Notre Dame is, my God, Holy Week. What are you two trying to stir up? Please stop trying to add your poison thoughts. So, Chris, our thoughts are poisonous. Sorry.
Tell me something I didn't already know. All right, let's go to Roger. He's on the line right now. Hey, Roger, how you doing?
Doing great. Good job, and guys, and thanks for all this good information you get out to us about the cathedral and stuff. I also wanted to comment about Larry's closing comments last night. As usual, they're spot on about the defense tools and the progression of things, how we use all these things as they're tools of our trade and for tools for defense. That's why I go so ballistic anytime I hear somebody call them a assault weapon. They're not an assault weapon. They're a defense weapon.
Did you say go ballistic, Roger? That's offensive.
Oh, sorry, that was a bad pun in there, wasn't it?
No pun intended.
I didn't mean to get that in there.
Yeah, in fact, and this is an argument that a lot of gun rights people don't make at all, or certainly not enough, because they focus on we have the right to protect ourselves with guns. And what they mean is from burglars or people who are going to assault or murder us. So that's why we have the Second Amendment. That's not primarily why we have the Second Amendment. It says in the Second Amendment why we have the Second Amendment: to protect a free state
from all enemies, foreign and domestic.
Exactly. And you can't do that with revolvers and automatic handguns. You have to have weapons that are capable of doing the job.
Then we should have nukes too.
That leads into their terminology, and they've always called them firearms. I've always wondered, well, why is a pistol a firearm? Well, where did that originally come from? Maybe from the Indians, thinking the settlers were shooting at them. They said, "Oh, look at them! There's fire coming from their arms."
Mm-hmm.
Is that possibly where firearms came from?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Don't let them at the fire water.
I had not yet gotten to that to contemplate yet, but now that you brought it up, I'll put it to the top of the list. See if we can figure it out. All right, thank you, Roger. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you letting us be a part of the Army and do a little bit we can.
All right. Well, thank you. We appreciate it, and it does help. Believe me, it does. All right. And by the way, if you'd like to join the Army, folks, it's easy to do. Just go to our website, AmericanAdversaries.com. I was down at the Publix the other day, downtown, and the fire departments, they'll come by the Publix, and park their truck there in the street or whatever while they go in and they get something for lunch or whatever. It's cool. But as the truck was pulling away, I noticed that it did not have the American flag on the back of it.
Really?
And you know how most fire trucks do have the American flag?
Absolutely.
But it was driving away, or I would have asked one of the guys, did they just need one, or is there some city policy I hadn't noticed yet downtown? Nonetheless, in most of Central Florida, it's not uncommon to see a fire truck with a flag on it.
Sure.
But I guess if they were to do that in Los Angeles, is that Los Angeles where they'd get in hot water for that?
Laguna Beach, dude.
Laguna Beach. Oh, yeah.
Down by the water.
Yeah.
Laguna Beach Police Department is in some hot water of its own. A decision to affix an American flag-looking graphic to the side of freshly painted police cruisers there is dividing residents. Some of them say it's a nice patriotic image. Some of them say it's too aggressive. Now, to describe it, if you haven't seen the pictures of the cruisers, they are white cruisers, but they've got it's wrapped in a graphic that says police in big letters. It also says Laguna Beach in small letters. And some people don't like that. They're like, what do you mean, Laguna Beach? Police! But the police
That is aggressive then. I must admit, yes.
It is big block letters, but inside the big block letters is Old Glory, kind of like waving all the way through the POLIC, kind of like a big postcard, greetings from Asbury City, that kind of thing.
Right.
But Councilman Peter Blake says people are screaming that the American flag on a police car is somehow or another hurting people's feelings who might be immigrants or visitors. People are actually ridiculous enough to bring up comments about our cop cars having American flags on them. An artist named Carrie Woodburn went to the podium at the council meeting where they discussed this, and she said, "It was shocking to see the boldness of the design. We have an amazing community of artists here, and I thought the aesthetic didn't really represent our community." So it's dividing the city. Do you like the American flag or don't you?
You would think that an appropriate place would be to be on a police cruiser.
On police or fire, on people who keep us safe.
Indeed. All right. Well, the loons in California come thick and heavy. And, if you think you want to just wash them away, you can't. One thing I like about staying in a hotel is you get those little bottles of shampoo and those little nicely wrapped cakes of Coke, soap.
Cakes of Coke? Oh, come on, Chris. Freudian slip there, folks.
Indeed. Cakes of soap. And, I of course, taking them home with me. But California doesn't want people to, steal the shampoo anymore? What's going on there?
I'll tell you what, Johnny Guns and I were talking about this today, and I read the headline before reading the story, and I came up with a solution that was just ridiculous. Turns out the solution they came up with is the ridiculous one I said they should do. A bill is going through the California Assembly that would ban lodging establishments, which includes hotels, motels, Holiday Inns, resorts, bed and breakfast, and vacation rentals, would ban them from offering small plastic bottles holding 12 ounces or under of products in rooms or public spaces. Now, those little things you get are an ounce or two.
Yeah.
12 ounces is the kind of size you would use in your home.
Right, that you buy off the shelf.
And even that, they say, no, well, that's too wasteful. That should not be in a hotel room. Instead, this is what the establishments would do. And I said to Johnny, yeah, you know what you're going to do? You're going to check in and you're going to take your money, run your card, give you your keys, and then you hold out your hands for a squirt of shampoo.
Don't tell me.
This is the answer. Bulk dispensers would be established
by the
in each lodging establishment that could be used by a number of people. Honey, go downstairs and get some shampoo. Mommy needs to take a shower.
Oh, don't forget to wrap yourself with a towel this time, though.
The law says it will not apply to nursing homes, hospitals, long-term rentals, or hosted rentals.
Hosted rentals.
This is in Santa Cruz, and it would affect the Santa Cruz area.
And it is also in Santa Sane, that's for sure. Insane. Oh, well. All right. Well, that's where we're going to have to leave it tonight. Once again, we don't know anything more than we knew earlier about the fire over in the cathedral in Paris, but it does seem kind of strange that the police are already trying to rule out things when they haven't even been able to really determine how it started, where it started, or how it accelerated.
Hopefully we'll know more about this time tomorrow. And Maxine, I'm sorry that our words are poison to you.
Yep. Well, sometimes the truth does hurt, don't it? All right, you are listening to the American Adversaries. Larry Elder is up next. Thank you so much for doing so. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow night for Trumpin' Tuesday. We really do appreciate you being out there. Like us also on our Facebook page, if you would, please. And subscribe on our YouTube channel, American Adversaries on each. Night, everybody.
News, opinion, passion. FM 105.5, AM 660. The Answer. WORL, Altamont Springs, Orlando. A service of Salem Media Group. It's 7 o'clock.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Keith Peters. A massive fire engulfed the upper reaches of Paris's soaring Notre Dame Cathedral as it was undergoing renovations Monday, threatening one of the greatest architectural treasures of the Western world as tourists and Parisians looked on aghast from the streets below. Paris's fire chief says the structure of Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris has been saved even as a fire continues to rage.
There are still crowds lining the River Seine, looking across at the reduced, fire-ravaged structure. that's been for more than 800 years a defining symbol of this city. And what's striking is the quietness. I've seen many people here with tears in their eyes. One elderly resident, Monsieur Jacques Katz, told me 3 of his children had been christened at Notre Dame. War hadn't destroyed this place, he said, but a stupid fire had. Now, I can still see smoke. It's nothing like as intense as earlier this evening because firefighters from across Paris have been working to contain the blaze.
The BBC's Fergal Keane. The cause of the blaze isn't known, though the Paris Fire Brigade says it could be linked to a renovation project of the church's spire. A new poll puts Senator Bernie Sanders on top of a field of contenders for the 2020 Democratic presidential nomination.
Sanders comes out on top in an Emerson poll of 20 Democrat hopefuls with 29%. He's followed by former Vice President Joe Biden. South Bend, Indiana Mayor Pete Buttigieg is picking up steam as well. The poll puts him at number 3, already more popular than former Representative Beto O'Rourke and Senator Kamala Harris, both at 8%, and Senator Elizabeth Warren at 7%. Bob Agnew reporting.
U.S. measles cases have surged again and are on pace to set a record for most illnesses in 25 years. Health officials on Monday said 555 measles cases have been confirmed so far this year, up from 465 as of a week ago. On Wall Street, the Dow down by 27 points. The Nasdaq dropped 8. The S&P lower by 1. Oil dropped to $63.40 a barrel. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What's the point of making the